Well, hey folks, Real Honesty with Jarmethlin. I'm Jarmethlin. This is my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Road to Dontaku Day 3 event, where the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles were up for grabs in the main event. Originally wasn't even going to be reviewing this because I was going to be working all day, but bosses were nice enough due to a shocking twist. Nothing bad that I did. They just didn't need me there, so they gave me half the day off, so I was able to watch this. So that's why this is going up a little bit later than most of my New Japan reviews. I try to usually get them up a few hours after said event happens. So yeah, and so I just really want to thank everybody who has been generous enough to leave feedback on my New Japan reviews and my other reviews and just welcome me into the New Japan family. I usually say that with every review, but it really does mean a lot. Thank you guys very much. I really have enjoyed Japanese wrestling for a number of years, and now from Korakuen Hall, here we go. So I wasn't able to review the April 13th and April 14th events, but I was able to keep up on enough of the stuff. So, they're doing some good feud building. This had young lions on display in the first couple matches. You had, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced some of these, but it was strictly Japanese commentary, and I'm trying to figure out what they're saying. But again, it's not my native language, obviously, so I understand a little bit, but not much. But Uya and Yota, two young lions, and I hope I got that right. If I didn't, my apologies. These two young men did very well, though. It went longer than expected. It actually went to a draw. And that was really, really cool. You had good submissions, really good exchanges. These young lions did very well. Certainly no complaints. Can't wait to see what these two young men do as they advance in their careers. And then you had Oka, Narita, and Umino, Shota Umino, or Umino Shota, since they pronounce the last name first over in Japan. I believe in other Asian cultures also, which is cool. I mean, it's a cultural difference. I just have to get used to that. But three young lions that I'm a little bit familiar with, and they've had some really, really good showings in a lot of tag matches. They faced off against Tenzan, Nagata, and Nakanishi, who's kind of like Ishii, built like a tank. I mean, not like, not quite, a little bit older, but still. Nagata, Yugi Nagata, just one of the best. One of the best of all time, in my personal opinion, especially Japanese wrestlers. Young lions versus veterans, hardened veterans, and they did good. The young lions did very well, cutting off the ring, attacking all the veterans whenever they had, just to get 3-on-1 advantage. Had a really, really cool triple Boston Crab spot. Some good exchanges. Of course, the young lions would lose. Duh. Of course they would lose. And they should have. I mean, but this is all about learning experience, and they're doing well. And I know that Kitamura's been out with a concussion for a while. I wonder when he's going to be coming back. Is he still being... Are they still making sure he's okay? Are they going to bring him back into the fold at any point? I mean, does anybody know about an update on that? I try to keep up on enough of it. Anybody got an update on Kitamura? Haven't heard one. I hope he's okay. You guys seem to really be improving pretty damn well, and I softened up my stance on him since he seemed to have limited offense. But I hope that he's going to be okay and maybe back in the fold at some point. Veterans won, though. But a very good showing by these young lions, and I think Oka and Umino could be having a good feud, possibly once they get out of the young lion phase, because Oka seems to have been passed over by a couple people, where a light's been shined on other young lions, and Oka feels like, wait a second, I should be getting this respect. So in that sense, it's actually was a really, really good 6-man tag for what it was. And then we go on to yet another 6-man tag. Tai Chi, unfortunately without Miho, I am the disappoint. Miho Abe, whew, boy, she's lovely. Right, New Patriot 77, isn't she? Tai Chi, Taka, and Izuka, Master Roshi with a weird glove, with a weird tinfoil glove, versus Repugnant III and Rocky Romero. It was mostly comedy, especially from Izuka. He just doing the biting and stuff like that. It got a little bit annoying, but whatever. I mean, the guy's older. It's kind of the offense. He's kind of lower on the totem pole as far as any Suzuki-gun faction member. And there was outside action immediately, and of course the ring announcer's like warning everybody, please get out of the way, or at least I think that's what he's saying. That's what somebody translated at one point. It was fun but basic. A DQ was caused by the tinfoil, poker glove or whatever it is. And so Repugnant III and Rocky Romero win, but they don't look like winners because they get laid out afterwards. And then Tai Chi just goes over there and just sprawls out and, is on Japanese commentary. Good thing you put on a shirt later. I mean, whatever. I'm not in the best shape. It's like, oh, we don't need to see that. I mean, the ladies might have liked it. No, some of the guys in the crowd might have liked it, but whatever. He joins the Japanese commentary, or at least one of the Japanese commentary booths. I think there was only one, but it's like I couldn't really distinguish his voice because I don't often hear Tai Chi actually talk. But so far three decent matches for what it is, and then you had Kishida, Michael Elgin, can't stand Michael Elgin, Makabe, Hanare, and Juice Robinson versus Will Osprey, Tomohiro Ishii, Yano, Yoshihashi, and Goto. Good God, that's a lot of people. That is a ton of people. Now there are some good feuds going. They're building Kishida and Osprey, Juice and Goto. Hanare versus anyone. Hanare just pretty much wants to prove his worth. They seem to be going with Hanare versus Ishii, which I'm okay with. And Makabe and Yano, and of course Yano being Yano, just taking off the turnbuckle pads, distracting the ref, and taking that off, or taking off the turnbuckle padding. It was loaded. It was really, really loaded, and it was fun. Action on the outside immediately. Everybody got in their spots, but it was a decent length match, but it was pretty quick. And given the fact that it was 5-on-5, you can't really get a ton of spots in. Osprey, I really hope Osprey's okay. Sometimes he seems to be selling his neck, where I'm wondering if he's selling or he is legit hurt and he's just powering through it. I hope that's not the case. Wrestling's not ballet, but hopefully he's going to be all right. Yano being Yano and hitting a low blow for the win. So, that's what Yano does. I mean, Yano seems to be pretty over. And maybe it's just me, and I didn't have a good chance to go back and watch this, but he's flashing the DVD at everybody. Was the DVD popping out of the case? Or was that just me? Or was I just going insane? Or was that another piece of merch that he had behind the DVD? I don't know. Entertaining match, though. Not great. It's not something you need to go back and watch, but it's entertaining for what it is, and tied up some feuds pretty nicely and just built to some others. But Kishida and Osprey, Juice Robinson and Goto are really going to be some great matches, and I believe that's taking place on the April 29th show that they're doing, which actually is going to be April 28th for me because it's going to be on at 11 p.m. Saturday, and yes, I'm going to be up watching that. Doesn't matter. I have 5-hour energies. I will stay up for it. Then you had David Finlay, Tanahashi, and Taguchi versus Jay White, Okada, and Gato. I was going to get that right eventually. Obviously, this is Taguchi and Gato are just there to make this just to make it a 6-man, just to have the main guys that are in main feuds not do quite as much work. David Finlay and Jay White had some good exchanges. Tanahashi and Okada had some really good exchanges. Crowd went ape shit when they started to attack each other. Taguchi got bumped around a lot. I mean, he has some fun comedy. Sometimes he's funny. Yano, to me, is funnier than Taguchi. But that's just me. That's just me personally. Gato took the pin. Gato seems to have no problem taking the pin himself. I mean, having Okada take any pins isn't our story, but he is the booker. And it does make sense. They want Okada to be strong, so whoever beats him. I don't think it's going to be Tanahashi. I think it's going to be Jay White. I think David Finlay could beat Jay White on tomorrow. Or, yeah, it will be the show tomorrow since I'm recording this actually just before. Yes, I do watch WWE before WWE Monday Night Raw. I'm actually recording this at about 2 p.m. So, 2 p.m. Monday. So, it's possible that Jay White could lose the title and then he attacks Okada right after he retains against Tanahashi. And then you have Jay White beat Okada. Now, that would be a bit of a monster push, but hey, whatever. You gotta lose the title to get freed up for the main title. I'm not saying David Finlay should win the U.S. title, but if they're gonna go that route, why not? Not a bad match. Not a bad match. A little quick, not a bad match. And then Killer Elite Squad, Archer spitting on people and taking a teddy bear from somebody at one point. Good job, Archer. And Minoru Suzuki versus Naito, Evil, and Sonata. Everything is Weevil. I'm going to keep tweeting that. Even though I like Evil, I think Evil's very talented. Sonata's almost one of those where he can just coast. That's how good he is. And I'm amazed he can get his hair through a door frame. It's great hair. I figured out the Suzuki, speaking of gray hair, is upset with Naito. He's upset because of the hair. That's what it is. He's also upset because Naito isn't taking him seriously, and Suzuki hates everything. He hates every mere mortal there is. He hates chairs, and he just uses chairs however he wants, and he doesn't push fans out of the way. He will warn them to get out of the way. If they don't listen to the one warning, the Murder Grandpa, shout out New Patriot 77, will attack. It was very quick. It was like a very quick match. Like, you had Killer Elite Squad, Evil and Sonata battle on the outside, Suzuki and Naito battling. Naito got in a few shots, but mainly Suzuki just locked on a leg lock. And then Killer Elite Squad got the pin on Evil. So you gotta think the tag titles are going to change hands at some point, and Killer Elite Squad will probably win them soon, and then take them into, like, I don't know, a July or August show where they lose them. Because I know that Evil just got back from his bad injury and everything, and hopefully he's gonna be okay, but it almost seems like the steam came out of him and Sonata. So it's like, I'm not saying they should lose the tag titles, but I'd be surprised if they retain them the next time they face Killer Elite Squad in a championship match. Good enough stuff for what it is. And then Kanemaru and El Desperado, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, versus Hiromu, not Himoru, Hiromu Takahashi. Takahashi. And that's a little callback to when I screwed up Hiromu's name. Teaming with Bushi, it was very good. It was a very good match. These two teams are polished. Kanemaru and El Desperado, of course, representing Suzuki-gun, doing a very, very good job cutting off the ring, targeting Hiromu, and even targeting Bushi, just cutting the ring off, beating up one guy, targeting them, and just beating them up. It's great stuff. It really showed some good heel tactics. Of course, Suzuki-gun does really well with those, as would any, faction be expected to when Minoru Suzuki, the Murder Grandpa, is your leader. And he will be your leader, otherwise he will kill you. He probably won't, but he will get very angry. Even though he probably could kill you. The guy's almost indestructible, I swear to God. But there was chair usage early on. You had action on the outside. Great tag work, as I said, by the champs. But also great tag work by Hiromu and Bushi. Bushi takes the pin a lot. He's a really damn good worker. He is a really good worker. He's got a cool look with his mask and the mist and everything. Much like Great Muta, Great Kabuki, all that kind of stuff. But Bushi is a really talented guy. Pace was fast. That pace kept being electric. Cue the Durbinator when he watches this, if he watches this. Of course, I know what would happen if he... And by the way, Durbinator, for those that aren't familiar, is my co-host. The co-host for the Raw, SmackDown pay-per-view reviews. And also his NXT reviews. Check that out, especially if you're a fan of both companies, New Japan Pro Wrestling and WWE. And I put New Japan first because New Japan is the main focus here. But a great series of near falls. Belt usage caused, the champs to retain, obviously. I wonder what they're going to do with Hiromu and Bushi, though, because now that they've lost, even though it was like by shady shenanigans, are there any other kind? You have to wonder what else is going to happen. I'm not going to say I'm going to be opposed to Hiromu and Bushi getting another shot, but then what else do? You got to throw some other tag teams in there, some other junior heavyweight tag team champion, or other junior heavyweight tag teams in there. Like, take some junior heavyweights that you aren't using in the title picture and maybe put them in a tag team and have that happen. But still, these teams have a great chemistry, obviously, great flow to it. Tag champs retain. Suzuki-gun stands tall at the end. Minoru says some stuff about... He says various things, but again, don't speak Japanese. He says stuff about Naito. It's obviously building up to the feuds. They stand tall. Really cool stuff. Short show, too. I think... Bell to bell, I think actually, even with all the, the stuff afterwards, I think it was only like just over 2.5 hours. So it's really easy to watch this show and get through it. And if you skip properly, you can actually skip some of the little recaps and stuff like that they do, and like the little stuff at the end when they don't have anything going on. Everybody's just exiting the ring. You actually cut a good 5 minutes off. But good match. Good show. I'm going to say B-. Because the main event was good. Nothing was particularly bad, but besides the main event and a couple other things, if you miss this show, you're not missing much of anything. But it's still a quality show for what it is. B-, but good enough. It is worth watching, but if you miss it, no big deal. Anyway, that's what I gotta say. Do you agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, comment, subscribe. Twitter link in the description. It's been Real Honesty with Joe Mitlin. I'm Joe Mitlin. I will be back for the April 24th show, so, and you'll probably see the review in about, I'd say, 20 hours. Anyway, see you soon.